they have changed their opinion from what the regulation reads to everybody else. And the city of Pittsburgh is fighting it as a cog. We're going to fight it as all 20 municipalities join together and join the city in fighting it. We probably won't win because it's the health department, and I understand we want to keep everybody healthy, but it's a little more than what, especially out here in the older communities.
Is that the same process for the fire structure, like a house that caught on fire too? Is that the same?
Yep.
So,
Yep. Any demolition money used from grants, or as an individual, if you would tear it down, no. If you're an individual and you're tearing down a piece of property that you own, they can't tell you to do it. But as any public funds, like we would use public funds or grant money, it has to be done. And this was a big argument at Seven Springs for an hour and a half. And we met with Rich Fitzgerald and seen if we can get him to back us. He hasn't made a commitment, but we're going to try to get the other cogs also. Still Valley, the Twin Rivers and Still Valley have joined together now. It's Still Rivers and North Hills and that. They all said, yeah, we'll fight it. So if we all join together and see if we can get something to change here. But this is a girl that has been hired about 8 months ago. And this is only hearsay that I know of. And she has read the regulation, and this is what her opinion has come to. So, and that's all I have. Okay. Neighbors report?
we would do fire water.
Fire and water?
There's a bill to Union Side.
Approved. Mayor Whyel.
Take care of fire and water.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you all for coming out this evening, spend a little time with us. And thank you for your support for those that were recently involved in election campaigns. And some of our newly elected officials here as we go through November, and then next January they'll be members of this Borough Council. Again, I thank anyone here that did support me during this campaign, and like the saying goes, regardless, I'm still your mayor, whether you support me or not. I will work with you as best I can. As was mentioned, we currently are faced with an issue with no funding for crossing guards, especially for next year, for sure. And that has to be either, I think, rectified. It has to be somehow rectified so that we can continue on that valuable service. Our crossing guards, the way I see it, are necessary at the crossing guards, at the locations where they're at. The borough is looking, the school district is looking to basically save money, but I don't think in that arena is the place to cut. There has to be an alternative. We've been working diligently, and again, I appreciate the efforts towards the summer help. We need it badly. We have a lot of territory to cover. We have folks here tonight who do that all the time on a regular basis, as far as going out and cutting lots and trimming blocks and so on and so forth. I think we need to recognize that and get those kids, give them something to do. Not just give them something to do, but make it a positive thing in the borough. Clean up where your main thoroughfares are, and paint your curbs. And I'm really adamant about that. I think it looks so nice when you go to a borough and all the curbs that need to be painted up and so on and so forth are done correctly. There's a lot to that summertime help. We used to have it. We haven't had it for a few years, and I think it's definitely necessary. Definitely necessary. That's great. You all come up with that decision. And as always, if you need help from me or us, There is no reason why you can't get in touch with someone here. There is no reason. Feel free and call the borough desk out here. I can provide you with information this evening to make that easy for you to do. I have a card with borough numbers on it, whatever is necessary. There's no reason why you should go unaddressed. Your situation should go unaddressed for even a day if you have a situation going on. So feel free to utilize cards are up at my office, and as well as the 911 system. I want to know, the chief wants to know, you make a call to 911, it's not addressed. That hasn't been the case, I'm just letting you know. And that's why we have 911, it's an emergency number, but can also be used for non-emergency calls. It's not just an emergency number. Okay, so utilize that particular number to have your situation in your neighborhood or your community, where you're at, addressed.
You can text 911 too.
Pardon me?
You can text 911.
Yes, you can. Well, you have to be able to text 911 because of hearing impaired. Okay, so yes, again, we make that announcement quite frequently. Again, about 911, and it seems like it just doesn't sink in sometimes. I have people calling me 3 weeks after something happened. It's like, wait a minute, why didn't you call 911 when it occurred? When that actually incident occurred, it gives the indication nothing's being done whenever you don't use that system. But please use it, and feel free to do so. That's, we've had a busy month here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're looking forward to the next 4 years. Keep it off the ground. A lot of things are going to occur. So, again, thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion on the minutes from last month?
Make a motion that the minutes from the Borough Council meeting held 4/18/17 are approved as printed.
Second, by King. Questions on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against, no. Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we suspend from the regular order of business and turn it over to the audience.
Need a second? Second. Second by King. Questions on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, no. Yeah. Please state your name, your address, and you have 2 minutes to give the comment. We'll start on this side over here, please.
Terry Parker, 1409 Burton Avenue. I just had a couple questions. The grass cutters we hired last year were private contractors with their own liability insurance. What does that do for the borough in hiring kids? Not that I'm against hiring kids, but I'm wondering about the liability issues. Like if someone's property is damaged, say a rock goes up and hits someone's window, or, are we covered as far as that goes?
We have that line.
Okay. Another question, at the bottom of Bauer